Hello, Simply Passionate Life. It's Precious KW here, and I am so excited to sit before you yet another week, yet another opportunity to say I love you. I'm so grateful for you. It's Thanksgiving week, and I hope that you're spending time with family. I spend so much time with family that I was like, Lord, I need to film something for them. And so I am grateful that I was able to spend some time with family and also get something in front of you all this week. Consistency is key, right? When we're trying to live a passionate life.
There's not a single day that passes without you on my mind. Not even 1 minute can end up before you come around. I yearn for the days when I see your face here before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms.
So I attended Fearless Reloaded conference last weekend, and it was amazing, y'all. Like, it was such a blessing. If you haven't heard a little bit of the story of how I got on that conference, look at my latest video at the Workplace Lay conference during my speech. But it was an amazing opportunity because I had to step out of my own comfort zone, in my own fear zone, and ask for this opportunity, and it was a blessing, for real. First, I want to thank Arian Simone, who opened up her arms for me. We later found out that we were in the same sorority, and it made so much sense. But before she even knew that I was her soror, she opened up her heart to me and really allowed me to capture all that she is doing through the Fearless Foundation. And so you'll see a lot of the Fearless Foundation during her first Friday Spotlight in December. So today we're talking about the 3 main things I learned at the conference, and I'm going to show some snippets as well as a little surprise for Arian at the end. But it was so amazing because it was all these women, a lot of professional women, they're speaking about how to live fearlessly, how to be fearless, how to be reloaded, how to rejuvenate yourself and be fearless. And the first thing I learned was, do not be afraid of fear. Acknowledge your fear. It's okay to be afraid. Now I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Fear is natural. You are going to be afraid. If you're never afraid of anything or nothing in your life scares you a little bit, then you may not be dreaming big enough. Because the reality is, once you start trying to do things that are bigger than you start feeling a little bit afraid. The key is, I love some keys. The key is let your faith overcome your fear. It was so amazing, a nice little surprise to hear from Megan Good Franklin, who spoke about how she's had so many things in her life that she wants to overcome. Even when she's successful, people think that she can't grow beyond that success or do something differently, and how she had to overcome her own fears or the fears of other people, because those other people's fears can come and impart themselves on you by preparing for what she prayed for, and how that has made big leaps and bounds in her life. So that really stuck home with me. So that was the first thing I learned, that it's okay to be afraid, that conquer your fear with faith and prepare for what you pray for so that you can overcome the fears of other people who try to impart that on you. Don't do it. Alright, the second thing I learned was to embrace change. Oh my goodness, Dana Ward, I had never sat in front of her before, but she's pretty amazing. She had a crazy idea to leave her really lucrative career to go create a spray for foot issues. Basically a spray to prevent bunions and other things that you get from wearing shoes, for men and for women. And all of her people in California were like, are you crazy? But she was not afraid to embrace change. She was not passionate about what she was doing. She was successful by the world's eyes, but she was not passionate about what she was doing, and she decided to do something that made her passionate. So in life, you have to embrace change. Be willing to evolve, y'all. I told you guys this before. In 2 years, Simply Passionate Life may be a completely evolved being, and that's okay, because if God is giving you a vision, He has the liberty to change things along the way. Are you going to be for the ride, or are you going to be so stuck in what you think your life is supposed to be that you won't embrace change? Change is pretty much the only constant in life. If you're not growing, you're dying. It's just the reality. So I just loved hearing Dana Ward speak about that. It was just amazing. And that was kind of a theme throughout the day, because after that there was a panel with Michelle Williams, Keisha Knight Pulliam, and Megan Good Franklin again. And In that session, they talked about, Keisha Knight Pulliam and Michelle Williams talked about how people around them were afraid of change for them. That it took people laughing in their face when they wanted to start a spice brand and wanted to start a furniture home decor brand that like, okay, no, you do music and you do acting and stay in your lane. But they knew what God had in them. They knew the ideas they had and to touch people and to impact people in those areas, and they went for it. So that's the same thing for me. Like, I was a school counselor, or I am a school counselor. I was a therapist. I was a personal trainer, and all those things are working together and lining up on this brand to impact women for their overall wholeness and wealth and health. And so it's like, why would I be afraid to change? Why would I be afraid to reach people with that vision? Don't be afraid to change, you all, and don't be afraid to evolve. So that was what I learned the second thing. The third and last thing I learned, oh my gosh, was just, and this one like brought tears to my eyes, like literally, was to embrace what makes you unique. So really boldly run after what makes you different. I found that at times like Devon Franklin said, I am willing to trade what makes me different for what makes me common. Y'all, when that man said that, I almost ran up there and gave him an offering, child, and gave the Lord a praise, because it's so real. I often find ways to see my quirks as problems. And you guys have to realize it's okay to embrace your niche. Girl, live in that niche. If you have something that makes you different, embrace it. Don't be afraid to run after what makes you different instead of trying to find something that makes you common. It's okay to relate to other people and to see where you guys have commonalities, but don't trade what makes you different for only what makes you common. And that was like my hugest takeaway. Like, that was what I was there for. Outside of spotlighting the Fearless Foundation, which was an amazing experience, I felt like God had me sit there so that I could hear that there is no other Christian-born Ghanaian American, product of a blended family, lost 75 pounds in her 20s, met a wonderful man with a 10-year-old daughter, and is now living in a blended family with a tween and a toddler that's running a YouTube channel. And if there is, they're not doing it quite like me, because I have a different spin on it, and God has given me this platform, not for me to sit back and try to be like everyone else. And that was my moment. Like, it's okay. It's okay to be in that niche for those moms who are struggling to have a fit life, for those wives that don't know how to balance the beauty of their lives and with business. It's okay for me to be in that lane, and that maybe that will reach the single woman who wants that in her life, or that will reach the college student who wants to aspire to certain things. But it's okay to be who I am and to reach those that I'm meant to reach. Y'all, that gave me so much life. It was so amazing. And lastly, like, just speaking with Sherry Riley, who lives right here in Georgia, it was like, you know, her book Exponential Living, and I'm really like digging into it, talks about how you spend 100% of your time on 10% of who you are. Stop doing that. Stop trying to find what you're common with everyone else and what you do like everyone else and spending all your time trying to hone that. No, where you really are, where you really live, spend time, focus on that. Focus on those passions, those things that really make you like stay up all night working on, because you love that part of your life, that part of your personality. You guys, I learned so much from the Fearless Foundation. Once again, Arian Simone, thank you so much for opening your doors and my camera to your conference. I have some thank yous, some special thank yous from some of the names that I mentioned earlier. They want to tell you how grateful they are to you for putting this conference on, stepping out of your fear, stepping out of your past into a beautiful future for women all across the world. We are so thankful. Happy Thanksgiving week. I love you guys so much, and stay tuned for our 31-day challenge. It is going to be reloaded in January, so tickets are currently on sale for that, and they're 30% off in the month of November. And I love you guys so much. Let's dance our way out of here. Hey. Hi, y'all.
Thank you so much for having us at Fearless. It has been such an amazing day. I've learned so much and gotten to make a lot of new friends. So thank you for doing this, and I already can't wait for the next one.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Dana Chanel, the founder of Sprinkle of Jesus and Arian. I doing for your community. We support you and we cannot wait for the next one.
I am super, super proud of Arian. This has been an amazing experience for me. I was able to minister this morning, but it wasn't just that, but it was all the other speakers that came after me that I was able to hear, where you heard all these different perspectives from other women, and I will never be the same again. I will never be the same again. So I'm so blessed to be here, all in the honor of God.